welcome to Carol's Current Obsession. Today is day 3 of the voluntary 15-day isolation. And what are we doing today? Well, I'm gonna finish out those dresses and show you that. But first, I have some great news. I just heard from my daughter, and they landed safely in Sydney, and they are now in their 15-day isolation and doing well, very well. Thank you everyone for your kind thoughts, wishes, prayers, etc. I really appreciate it. They landed fine. Kind of sketchy though. They had planned to actually leave today, and instead they felt like they should put their tickets on Tuesday. So they did, and that's when they left. And then, as you guys know, 7 a.m. Wednesday morning, the Salt Lake airport had an earthquake and then was shut down. And so if they had left today, they wouldn't have even been able to get that far. And then when they were going to Australia, from when they got to LAX, I guess Delta had decided that they were no longer sending any flights to Australia because Australia was closing its borders or something like that. And the only flights left going to Australia were Virgin Airlines. And they didn't say anything to any of the passengers about that. And so when my daughter got there, her and her husband, they have 3 children, they were told, sorry, there's no seats or anything, the plane is full. And my son-in-law was, he was like, you gotta be kidding me. It's my family here, we're trying to get back to Australia, we have tickets, but that airline canceled, and we were told to come to Virgin Airlines and that you would take care of it. And apparently Delta never told them anything. Anyway, so this one very sweet airline worker from Virgin worked hard as she could and managed to get them 4 last seats on the last flight out. And they delayed the flight actually for my daughter and her kids and husband in order to have them get on. And the 4 seats were spread all over the airplane, but then apparently she was able to finagle it so that they could at least sit in front and behind each other. And then they didn't even have that my youngest granddaughter was part of it. And so they're like, well, you have 5 passengers, not 4. We can't do it. And my daughter's like, but she's a nursing babe in arms. And so they ended up letting her go. But yeah, it was sketchy the whole time. And they were, like I said, the last flight out, and just made it into Sydney, and they are doing well. And I'll tell you, God is good. God is good. He blessed us, blessed them, and they are now quarantined in Sydney, waiting to make sure they don't have coronavirus. So thank you everyone for your prayers. Yeah, means a lot. So with that little update, I'm ready to go on. We're going to be doing more of our dresses and our doll. Hopefully I can get them done enough that we can wig the dolls up and put their clothes on, and the only thing they'll have left to need is shoes and socks. So let's get started. So this is 1/4 inch bias tape. We're just going to open it up all the way like this. Pin it down to here and stitch along that line. So this is what it looks like when it's all ready to go. We're just going to stitch right along this 1/4 inch line. Now you see the magic. So we're going to flip this. And then we just have to take this and stitch this down over that raw edge. Then we have our collar. Okay. See that? It makes a nice little finished collar. Just like that. Okay. Now we have to sew the sides down. Now we're going to do the yellow one. One thing I forgot to mention is that in your bias tape, if you open that up, usually one side is a little thicker than the other. You see that? This side here is not as thick, and this side up here is thicker. And so you want to use the thicker side when you stitch it down, because when it flips over, then you'll have that covered for sure. Okay, gonna pin it down. Okay, so also now we just have to stitch along this edge. We'll have another finished one ready to go. Okay, so here's our finished collar, and all we have to do now is sew up the sides and put our hem in. So let's get started. This is where our dress really starts to take shape. Let's just do a little extra over that elastic. A little snip there, a little snip there. That just gives a little bit of extra give in the right spots. This is the fun part, because then it makes it feel like you got so much done. Let's test it on our doll. Here we go. Now we could see right from the get-go this is going to be a little bit large. But, there we go. It's a little larger than I care for. So, if you get this pattern and you use this, you're going to want to cut down your pieces. I'll show you. So each piece, like this, you're going to want to cut it down by the 1/4 inch guideline there. Because I don't care for how this is just a little bit bigger. So yeah, if you get this pattern, you need to cut off a 1/4 inch all the way around. Yeah, because I'm not liking how big this is. Yeah, it just fits a little bit larger than I care for. Still very cute. Okay, we've ironed it. Now we're going to hem this. Yeah, if I were really doing a good job, I would hand stitch this and everything. Not going to do that. Just going to stitch along here so I have a nice high hem. Dolls, you can cheat a little. We're almost to the fun part, guys. Dress the dolls. So, it's kind of ugly on the inside, but these aren't children's clothing. These are dolls' clothing. Okay, now comes the fun part. Now, I am going to put little snaps and stuff on these, but not at this moment. Instead, we are going to dress our dolls and get them their wigs on. And then, yeah, so we're going to do that. So let's get started. Alright, so here we have the dolls, what they were like before, and this is dressed. And I meant to take, well, I thought I had my video working for the part where I put their wigs on, but basically, yeah, I used rubber cement to put their wigs on. You paint their head first and then the inside of the wig. So, alright, thanks guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.